On the road, looking for a win against a Western Conference rival. The San Antonio Spurs are ready for this thing to get started. Home court advantage goes to the Warriors, playing here at the Oracle Arena. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Going to bring you the NBA right here on 2K Sports. And it's the Warriors to start out. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for San Antonio. Green teams with Leonard on the wings. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. And it's Parker in at the 1 spot.
Well, Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, so smart, a former foreign intelligence officer during the Cold War. If he's tight-lipped with the media, maybe that's the reason why.
And that is good.
And this is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
It's Curry with the drive. Blocked, and they're able to recover. Here's Duncan. Outside Leonard. It's tipped. The fader. It's rebounded by Golden State. And Popovich, back in the 70s, toured Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union with the U.S. Armed Forces team. He speaks Serbian and Russian.
Yeah, no surprise that, Kevin, given his experience abroad, that he helped make the Spurs real trendsetters as far as international scouting.
Iguodala, that's good. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Outside Leonard. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Curry kicks to Iguodala. Back to Curry. Iguodala outside. From deep. Can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way.
That's a great shot if there's 1 second left in the game.
Yeah, that would be the good time to do it. Not now, though.
Here's Duncan. The full court Hail Mary is offline. Iguodala, no good. From the length of the floor. But they recover it. Here's Splitter, and that's going to be a travel. And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. San Antonio also making some changes. Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter. And it's Ginobili in for Green. Well, going into last season, Thiago Splitter accepting a 4-year, $36 million extension, Steve, from the Spurs.
A lot of people questioned the value of that contract, but Splitter more than earned it with his play throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. He's versatile. He can pass. He can defend.
Yeah! What a shot!
Look at that. Man, what a play. Oh, my, I can't believe what I just saw. Did you see that? There was no need for the heave, and yet he still made it. Absolutely incredible. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
And the Warriors with some changes. Spates checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. San Antonio also making some changes. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Warriors trail by 4. Livingston, no luck. Here's Diaw. The prayer from beyond half court is off the mark. And it's the Warriors with the ball. And it's well off target. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Duncan's gone 1 of 5 from three-point territory. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Here is Livingston, covered by Mills. Knocks it loose. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Mills has got the ball. Good.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run. Well, it's been 4 years now since the new ownership group took over in Golden State, and I think they've got to be proud of how they've turned this organization around in a short time. 2 straight trips to the playoffs. That actually equaled their total over the previous 20 seasons.
Warriors trail by 6. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Spates. Bangs home the trifecta. Spates has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And the Warrior ownership group bought the team for a then record $450.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now.
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive. Pretty much no chance for the smaller defender to block that jumper.
Yeah, he knows exactly how to use his size to his advantage there.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And for the Warriors, they're shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Livingston, that's good. 1:24 left in the first quarter. Here's Duncan. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Duncan's got 7 points.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
Green inside the three-point line, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. San Antonio leading. Mills dishes to Duncan. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
On offense, here are the Warriors. They get a hand on it, and that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. David Lee checked in for the Warriors. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Splitters checked in for Duncan. Tries a three. Count the bucket. Spates has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Warriors.
Nice play there on that inbounds play, and
that's good.
What an important way he's going to get a hand on it.
The feed to Lee. From deep. And another three for Golden State.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Yeah, shoddy defense there. Far too slow to react on the closeouts.
The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
This guy's a good three-point shooter, but that was probably from a little bit too far.
Yeah, not what I would call working to get the best shot either. You know, for a guy his size, he doesn't play above the rim very often like he did on that slam.
Still got some power behind him, though.
Yeah, I mean, you let him get in close like that, he'll throw one down hard on you.
Spurs trail by 4. Parker kicks to Diaw. Lets it go from 14. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
A drive by Iguodala. Diaw with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway. Diaw's got 7 points. Here's Curry. No good on the buzzer beater. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Big boost from their bench there, guys, in that first quarter. They did a nice job coming in and really giving this team a lift.
Yeah, it's a nice attribute to have. Firepower coming off the pine early. That's good stuff.
And San Antonio shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. It's Lee and Bogut inside. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter.
Well, it's really hard to find a more pure, accurate shooting stroke than Klay Thompson's. I mean, every season over 40% from distance, but he's working to diversify his offensive game. You know, he's posting up and using his ball handling skills to get inside some.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Boris Diaw. And Thompson worked hard on his explosiveness and finishing. He predicted, Steve, a poster dunk last season and delivered against Kyle Singler. Remember that? The Pistons.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, he's been trying to go inside more. And last year, he thought, you know, he'd have to work at it to get to the line more. Only averaged about 2 free throw attempts per game for his career, so that's the next step for him to be more aggressive attacking.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, we all know that Manu Ginobili has had a terrific career playing mostly as a sixth man. Ginobili said, "I don't think it was a big sacrifice. Maybe at first it was a little painful on the ego, but when I got in, all the plays were for me. I started to feel confident in that role. Now I enjoy it, and I don't even want to start." Kevin?
Doris, he puts pragmatism over ego. Thank you. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Golden State. And we played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. No one near Iguodala as he lets it go, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Outside Leonard from deep three-point range. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Leonard's got 6 points. The Warriors trailing. Curry dishes to Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Iguodala. Rush comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. San Antonio also making some changes. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. This past offseason, the Spurs found themselves with a bit of wiggle room when it came to the salary cap.
For so long, Kevin, they've been able to only make moves through the draft, and with minor adjustments, things they really do well, but the flexibility was new to them, and I'm sure they'll take full advantage of it.
The Warriors have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. The 3 from Barnes. Here's Rush. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Rush has got the lead up to 4 now for the Warriors.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Duncan gets a wide open look. And another basket for San Antonio.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. With all that Sean Livingston went through with his horrific injury a few years back, you know, Steve, it's amazing just to see him out there on the floor playing basketball.
Yeah, I just have so much respect for Livingston, the way he's continued to grind it out and carve out a career for himself. He's become a very, very good player.
The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Good. Splitter's got 6.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And with Livingston, you know, he had to adjust the way he played after the injury, but was able to pick things up on the fly as he managed to be a contributor on every team that he's been on since the injury. And I think that says an awful lot about him as a player and as a person.
Morris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. Here's Duncan. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Barnes. Ball's knocked loose. Now Bellinelli. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Inside. And that one's good.
Well, with Livingston, as you said, he had to adjust his game a lot, you know, after the injury. But he was so skilled coming into the league that you knew he'd find a way to become a positive influence on the floor. He's not one-dimensional at all. He can do a lot of things out there.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Lee's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Klay Thompson comes in for Brandon Rush. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Sean Livingston. Off the inbound, and there's Green on the assist by Lee. And now a 10-point Warrior lead.
Has pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Out to Thompson fades away, and it's Golden State with another.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we're seeing.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, Spurs coach Greg Popovich is so highly respected by his peers. Thunder coach Scott Brooks said there are 3 things you can count on: death, taxes, and Pop winning 50 games. Dallas coach Rick Carlisle called him, quote, the best coach in any sport ever and the smartest man in the history of the world. Kevin, he wasn't joking.
High praise indeed. Thank you, Doris. Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Bonner, he's checked in for Duncan. Austin Day comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Tony Parker subbed in for Manu Ginobili. He's off on the first.
Tony Parker, I don't think there's any question the best player ever to come out of France. In fact, back in the summer of 2013, he led France to the Euro Cup championship in Slovenia. Just a terrific performance there for Parker.
France has really produced some quality NBA players. You think about Boris Diaw, Nick Batum. Batum actually carried France in that title game against Lithuania.
The half-court bomb falls off target. Here's Curry, kept alive, goes back up, and it's laid up and in by Thompson. Thompson's got 7 points.
And as the game has gone along, they've gotten much more aggressive on the offensive boards.
You know, crashing the boards is really an effort thing. It's an attitude and effort thing. And if teams get tired, they usually take a break on crashing the boards. But they've done just the opposite here.
And for Boris Diaw and Parker, they grew up together, and they'd won a gold medal together in the U18 European.
And for 13 years, they've tried to get that second gold medal. But I'll tell you, the quality of play around the world, Kevin, just continues to get tougher and tougher. And France, definitely in that upper echelon.
Diaw, good as the jump shot falls. He's got 9.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the basket by Curry.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Here's Diaw. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Diaw's got 12 in the game. Here's Curry. He's got 10.
And they'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Exactly. No need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter.
Outside, Green. Another 3 for Golden State.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Mills can't hit. Green with the ball. Lets it go. And another 3 for Golden State.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Warriors ahead, running away with this one. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Steph, what's been the key to what's working well out there for you guys right now?
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Nice numbers here from Duncan. He has 15 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
On the floor for San Antonio, Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2, and it's Splitter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That'll be a 5-second call.
They've done a pretty nice job of taking care of the ball here tonight, but they've got to continue to do so to maintain this lead.
Knocked loose. Green inside the three-point line. He drains the quick shot. And so it's Golden State with it. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. The Spurs continue, guys, to be one of the top-tier teams in the league, both offensively and defensively.
Well, great discipline and efficiency, the continuity of the roster, the stability, and, of course, you know, what Pop calls corporate knowledge, just the the unity of this roster that has grown over the years.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Warriors, guys, with the acquisition of Andre Iguodala, possesses one of the elite starting 5s, I think, in the NBA.
Yeah, and the numbers prove that, Kevin. Their starting 5 was right there near the top of the league in terms of efficiency. And, the big thing is just getting the bench more involved and trying to get more continuity with that second unit.
Thompson misses. Here's Splitter. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Here's Curry. He's got 15. 14 feet away, and he nails the jumper. Curry's got 7.
And I think, last season, Warriors coaching staff tried to play the starters together to help develop their chemistry, but when the bench platoon went in, the other team typically took advantage and made a big run. So as the season wore on, the coaching staff went to a more blended lineup approach in an effort to keep more scoring on the floor.
Splitter, that's good. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And the Warriors also making some moves to get more offense off the bench. Very resourceful front office, and they knew that was a priority.
Barnes, he's checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Thompson. Curry passes to Livingston. It's stolen by Green. Parker's shot is off.
That's flat out embarrassing.
A costly foul there. He'll shoot 3 free throws. And there's the call. San Antonio the foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Andre Iguodala, a free agent going into last season. He showed a lot of patience, even letting more lucrative offers lapse as he held out for the slim chance that the Warriors could clear the space to sign him.
The Warriors making a switch here. Nedovic is checked in. And San Antonio also making a switch. Ginobili's checked in. And he makes all 3.
And you talk about Iguodala holding out for the Warriors. I mean, it shows just how much he wanted to be a part of this team. He felt they were one piece away, and he hoped he could be that player. That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
And again, no good by Golden State.
He's just trying to get something going, but that's not his shot. That's too far out.
Yeah, no way is that going to endear him to anybody on the coaching staff.
Ginobili, that's good. And Iguodala playing 2 seasons ago in Denver, eliminated, ironically enough, by the Warriors in the playoffs. And, Steve, he got a chance to really see the team firsthand.
Yeah, no doubt. The great fans, the coaching staff, the team camaraderie, it all made an impression. And I think he saw the fit, and he thought that he could help this team accomplish great things.
Over to the wing. Here's Splitter. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got 6 assists in the game. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Shoots a 3, and another 3 for Golden State.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Spurs trail by 20. And the wide open shot from Green. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And if their last 5 makes, all have been from long range.
Yeah, and the defense has not done a good job of pressing in and denying. I mean, they're hanging back, playing on their heels. They're not being the aggressors here, and the offense is taking advantage of it.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, it looks to me like Leonard is really feeling it out there. Kawhi Leonard.
Passes it to Nedovic. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And the Warriors lead by 20.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
It's Ginobili with the drive. There's Green with the 3. Duncan gets a wide open look, and the Spurs scoring again.
He made that one tougher than it had to be. Didn't really need to lean in.
Warriors leading by 18.
It's happened before, and we've seen it happen again. The Spurs were the best team in the West last season and secured the top seed, not only in the West, but throughout the NBA.
The three-pointer off the mark. The Warriors have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. And the Warriors tack on 2 more. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. I think for a while, Clark, teams looked at Iguodala and saw his talent and what he could do on the floor, and they wanted him to be a centerpiece. Now that he's been in the league this long, and as a vet, he seems almost better suited as a complementary piece.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I mean, not everybody can be the main focal point of a team, and that's no knock on Iguodala. I mean, I think he's terrific. He does a little bit of everything, does it all well, and I understand he's really a high-quality guy and teammate. He's very much more of a playmaker than a scorer, even though he can look dominant with the ball in his hands at times.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Boy, they have been terrific from beyond the arc here in the second half. You look at the percentages, good numbers.
Just what the pharmacist prescribed. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they keep it up.
And with Iguodala comfortable in its role playing as a sidekick, it makes sense because he modeled his game so closely after Pippen when he was growing up. Very much cut out of the same cloth.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Warriors leading by 19 points. Curry kicks to lead. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
You know, final thought here on Iguodala. The more I think about what you said about him and Pippen, they're similar in length. Their ability, their versatility defensively is a talent that I think they both have, in addition to being able to make plays for others. I think it's a reasonable comparison, actually quite apt when you look at those two guys.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Well, they were very pleased with their free throw numbers a year ago. They knocked down about 79% from the stripe as a team.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
19 seconds left in the third. And there's the pass to Green. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Green's got 12.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Leonard kicks to Diaw, using his post moves to get the 2 points.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Nobody near ball. What a play! Simply drained. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Warriors on top, delivering the blowout. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's time now to reveal our State Farm assist of the game. Today, Steve, it's a big man winning the honor.
And it was a no-brainer. This assist was really out of this world. I mean, he had a great understanding of the situation and where the ball had to go.
It's Lee and Bogut inside. Thompson teams with Green on the perimeter. And it's Iguodala in at the point guard position. That's the Warriors' 5. Splitter, that's good. Warriors leading by 20. It's stolen by Green. He feeds it to Parker. Launches it. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Yeah, and he had to get that shot off quickly because the defense was all over him.
Yeah, that's the key, Steve. The quick trigger. Any hesitation, and that shot gets blocked.
Iguodala with it. He's picked up by Parker. And Green gets it to go.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
It's Ginobili on the wing. Spurs passing it around. Parker. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Parker's got 5 points in the quarter.
Seems to me as though they've kicked it into another gear here. I love the way they're moving the ball around now. Everybody's touching it, and everybody's ready to pass and catch and shoot.
Some changes for Golden State. Barnes comes in for Draymond Green. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Andre Iguodala. And the Spurs scoring again. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Curry kicks to Barnes. Down low. Banked in off the glass. Barnes has got 11 in the second half.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
And that one's good.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Warriors leading by 15. Back to Bogut. Shoots it up. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
It's Parker outside, and the shot is good.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Dishes it to Barnes. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
He had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Spurs also with the sub. Leonard, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. Pass to Splitter. Puts up a three. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
The defense better start paying attention and taking care of business because he's been great from the arc this half.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Well, in the first half, he was flawless when it came to handling the ball, but that has not been the case here since halftime.
And the Spurs making a change here. Duncan's checked in. The drive by Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 9th assist in the game now. Warriors leading by 12. Thompson with it. Now Green defending, and that one's good. San Antonio's gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended. Got that one up quick. Splitter's got 17 now just in the second half. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
The turnovers keep coming. They're piling up. It's been a very sloppy start to the game for them, but you know what? They're still in control, in the driver's seat right now.
They are, but they should be up a lot more. This game should be almost sewn up if they could just handle the ball.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Duncan with the bucket. Curry with it. The Clark thing burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
They get it back. Bogut. It's stolen by Duncan. Right side Green. Wide open look. And the Spurs scoring again.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, after all those struggles in the first half, he has really picked it up here in the second.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're down by 11. 1:53 left to play in the final quarter. That is good. 11 points for Parker.
This quarter has brought out the best in him, fellas. Even though they're still trailing, he's been impossible to contain.
And the foul called on Daniel Green. That's his first foul. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter. That's good. That's 28 points for Steph Curry.
That's his 6th three-pointer of the game, 3 in each half.
That's a 2 from Parker, and it's San Antonio with another.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. Another 3 for Golden State.
Well, as long as the threes keep dropping for him, he'll continue firing away.
And they are dropping for him. What a game he's having from deep.
Parker outside. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel, 0 points, nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
It's Curry with the drive. Excellent D there from Parker.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Green is checked in for the Warriors. The Spurs also with the sub. Ginobili's checked in.
Getting the feel out there from long range, guys. That's his second three of the half.
1:04 left in the fourth quarter. Iguodala with it. Leonard picks him up. It's Thompson off the drive. And it's Golden State with another. 56 seconds left in the game. Here's Splitter. Buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And another three for Golden State. So it's the Spurs now. Kicks it to Duncan. Outside, Green. And the rejection by Iguodala.
And what a game for Thompson. 15 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, when he's been able to get squared up and get a good look at the basket, it seems like everything's been going in.
And the Warriors with some changes. Barnes, he's checked in for Iguodala. And Steph Curry subbed in for Green. Parker's checked in for the Spurs.
And that ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
The dish to Leonard. Three-pointer. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Making a big difference from long range tonight. That was a huge shot right there.
You know, they've got time to make up the points. Having that threat outside, really an advantage to stretch out this defense. Good strategy, I think.
The Spurs shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. Here's Splitter. Money!
This is a tremendous solo run he's on. I mean, the kind we've seen him have so many times before.
Curry with it. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
Parker outside. He buries it.
That three puts them well within striking range, guys. Huge shot.
I'll say that's how he's getting his points, much more so than inside.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. Clark, it would...
Yes, Kevin, thank you.